This is Neil Schneider from Meant to Be Seen at CES 2018. As I mentioned earlier, future computing is big deal here this year. To my immediate left is Dor Schooler. He is the CEO of Intuition Robotics. Welcome to the program, Dor.
Hey, Neil. Thanks for coming to see us.
So what or who do we have on display here?
So this is Ellie Q, and she's a social robot for older adults to help them keep connected and engaged.
Okay, so what does that mean?
So basically, most of the technology around us has been built for people that are 24 to 35, right? And yet we all need to use technology to get around, to listen to music, to connect to our family and friends the way they want to communicate with us. And we believe there's a big role for products to simplify the way people use technology, to make it more intuitive, and in the case of older adults, also to change the interaction model, that actually the technology is the one that initiates the discussions through our AI. We actually suggest activities based on the goals that older adults have to help them stay connected, engaged, sharp, and fit.
So let me give you a working example. And she's going to be really angry at me for mentioning this, but my mom, like if I had to explain to her how to send an email or to do anything like that, it's somewhat harder. I mean, she does it, but it's a little more challenging. Is this a way to bridge the gap?
Absolutely. That's you nailed exactly what we're trying to do.
Okay, so can you give some working examples?
Sure. Maybe we should just show you?
Yes, by all means. Okay, go ahead.
So let's let her introduce herself, if you don't mind, and then I'll show you how we'll do exactly the messaging example you gave. So, Ellie Q, tell Neil what you can do.
Hi, my name is Ellie Q. I am a proactive social robot designed for older adults. I do my best to be helpful. For example, I can connect you to your family and friends. You will also see me wake up from time to time and suggest activities for you to try.
So
Would you like me to tell you more about the things we can do together?
Sure, why not?
I can show pictures, send and receive messages from your loved ones, help you manage your day, learn new things, and even play music.
You see how she uses motion?
Mm-hmm.
It breaks down barriers and makes it a lot more intuitive for people to interact with her.
So do you have your own voice recognition engine, or are you using a third party?
Yeah, we're using Google for speech to text. We're also using Google Dialogflow to understand the intent, but all the logic, the proactivity, the ability to actually understand the context and suggest activities proactively, all of the user experience, of course, that's all our work.
And does she move?
She moves to express herself as a means of multimodality, but she doesn't move around the house because older adults tend to downsize their apartments, and I don't think anybody really wants a robot to follow them around the house all day long. So she is a new entity that's introduced to the home. She has a very wide field of view, so she can see what's going on in the living room, sometimes a few other rooms, like the dining room maybe, depends on the layout of your home. And if you want to interact with her, you come to her living space.
So what kind of sensors does Ellie Q have?
She has multiple cameras. Oh, every time we'll say her name, she'll jump. So she has cameras here. These cameras are used for sensing. We don't store any of these images. She has a 4 mic array here, which also gives us directional microphones. She has high quality Harman Kardon speakers here. She has a temperature sensor. She has an air quality sensor and a capacity sensor as well.
All right. Does she have a sense of humor?
She does, actually. You want her to tell a joke?
Yeah.
Okay. Ellie Q, tell us a joke.
What happens to a frog's car when it breaks down? It gets towed away.
It's a kind of a sense of humor. Kind of a sense of humor.
She has to work on her delivery.
She has to work on it. Actually, there's some of the jokes she actually has gestures for, but not that one.
Does she have a database? Like, does she source the internet for jokes, or how does that work?
Content. We do a lot of content creation. So there's music we offer with dedicated channels that a partner of ours helps us build for the older adult population based on data we're collecting. We source content as well. So she has channels of video content around history and politics and arts and travel and TED Talks and things of that nature. So absolutely, curating content is some of what we do.
So can I try talking to her?
Yeah, please.
Ellie Q, just for fun.
What do you want to say?
She's waiting for me.
So when she's expecting you to talk to her, then her lights turns into a ring.
Okay.
That's your cue to talk to her.
Okay, and she'll naturally respond to whatever you say, what she can and can't do.
I don't know. We'll see.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
So I know she can't move. So Ellie Q, get me a beer.
She won't be able to do that.
I know, but I'm curious. Get me a beer.
Yeah, we have to get the time here.
Okay.
Let's show something she can do. Maybe?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So let's maybe show messaging and how simple that is. Okay. So.
But just so you know, there's like a lot of senior citizens now horribly disappointed that she didn't get her the beer.
Actually, I think there's one thing. Let's see. Ellie Q, can you get me some coffee?
I'd love to learn how to do it. Can I talk to your kitchen appliances?
There you go. See?
She's smooth. She's a smooth operator. So, so the way we communicate with our grandparents today is usually we call them on the phone, and that's not the most natural experience for my kids, right? They'd rather send a selfie, send emojis, send a picture of their maybe report card or an art project or something. So with this system, they can just go to Facebook Messenger and choose her on the contact list, and just regular Facebook Messenger on the contact list, and write a message or record one. Let's write one. Hi, Grams, I love you, and we'll add a picture to that. Of my daughters in the beach, because it's warm in Israel. You see, for the older adult, how intuitive it is, right? There's a message, there's a light on to make it very familiar that there are messages, and all they need to say is, "Hey, Ellie Q, show me my messages, please."
You have messages from Bob. Hi, Grams. I love you. He also sent an image.
So here's a tough one for you.
They had fun catching some sun at the beach.
Now let's just see how easy it is for her to be part of the conversation. Yes, please.
I did not catch that. Would you like to reply to the message?
Yes.
I did not catch that. Would you like to reply to the message?
Yes.
I will record your message. You can start talking after the beep. When you're done talking, press the red stop button on the screen.
Right, so now it records a message, and it will either time out after 10 seconds or we'll just stop it.
Would you like to send your message to Bob?
Yes, please.
Your message was sent.
Bob is my alter ego, by the way, because if Dor would send a message to Dor, then everybody will get confused. So, and then it will just show up here. Here we go. Right, so now it records a message, and it will either time out. So it's super, super simple.
So what I'm gathering is it's an interface. It's designed to be an interface that, obviously I take it for more older people, but would you describe it as like an alternative interface to what's available?
So part of it is the interface. Another part is the whole proactivity aspect. So if you would be here long enough and she would understand the context of what's happening, she will start suggesting an activity, right? Or different activities based on the goals we set on the system. Being more physically active, more mentally active, learning something new every day, taking my meds on time, adhering to a schedule. All of these things are goals. I can prompt one for you so we don't have to wait. Ellie Q, suggest an activity for me, please.
Door. You've been sitting all day. You are not on your track towards completing your goal. You should go for a walk.
She's right. I've been sitting here for a long time. But there was a goal for physical activity. She's seeing that I'm stationary for a long time. And then proactively, she would come into action and suggest an activity, right? And nobody else is doing things like that right now.
All right, good stuff. So now the tough questions. Well, it's not really that tough. Like, when is Ellie Q available and how much?
Yeah, so we're entering people's homes for trials, for beta trials, extensive ones, in a week and a half. So we'll be in 30 homes, half in California, half in Florida. And depending on how they go, we expect to learn a lot of tough things, right? And have a lot of improvements to make. That will dictate our launch date. It will be in 2018 for sure. But we want to get a bit more experience in people's homes before we launch. As far as price, we're not yet releasing it because we're still studying price sensitivity. But we are targeting it to be affordable, but on the high end of consumer electronics.
All right, good stuff. Well, thanks for joining us. If you say thank you to Ellie Q, will she even know?
If a tree falls into forest. Ellie Q, we love you.
It's a little awkward, don't you think?
Not for me. Well, you wanted to thank you.
She doesn't know what to say.
She doesn't know. There's a lot of noise here. Ellie Q, thank you.
Maybe she's modest.
It's the demo gods at work. We've been working the system all day today. I'll try one more time. Ellie Q, goodbye.
Bye. See you soon.
All right, good stuff. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Neil. I appreciate it.
This is Neil Schneider for Meant to Be Seen at CES 2018. We will, of course, be back with more. Thank you for watching.